Well, howdy, folks. It's time for Beyond the Smoke Barbecue Talk. So grab your drink of choice and come gather around the fire as we talk all things Beyond the Smoke. Featuring pitmaster chats from all your favorite names in barbecue. We chat about competitions, pits, meats, and everything in between. From barbecue to grilling, from trimming to smoking, we got you covered. Got questions? Let us know. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks for coming, friend. We're glad you're here. Now sit back, relax, and let's talk some barbecue. It's time to go Beyond the Smoke.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys? We're all back.
All back. What's up,
Yes,
Chase?
sir.
What's up, Chase?
What's up, Chase? Oh, Chase.
Yep. Talked to him today. So he's gonna push back his raffle that he set up with us, or not set up with us, but that we were promoting last week. So he's gonna run it until next week, or until he fills 40 spots. I think he's at 27, 28 spots.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
we were gonna do it tonight, but he wanted to push it out, try and raise a little bit more money for Texas
What's up, Bubba?
Firewalkers. So
No, right on.
Talk about
What's up,
that
Bobby?
a little bit, Sam.
yeah, so he's gonna raffle off a drum. I believe it's gonna be within reason of what you want, completely custom, and then what he's gonna do is he's gonna go to the Texas Firewalker Amazon wish list, and he's just gonna buy as much as he can. That way, it'll go to them and restock some of their supplies for current and future events.
Right on.
Yeah, man. So everybody get in on that for sure. For sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
So how was y'all's week? What's up,
That was
Willie T?
bad. Too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
short.
definitely too short. Yeah. Worked all weekend except for Sunday, so but it's all good. Shoot, make that money while you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all do any cooking or no?
If you want to call it that, I threw some pork butts on the pellet grill and forgot about them.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes, right?
Man, I just set it at, I think I put them on at like 9, 10 o'clock, 225, woke up at 8, wrapped them, cranked it to 275, and they were done in, I don't know, another 2 hours, and they were fall off the bone tender.
Damn.
Hell yeah. Hell
Good
yeah.
on that.
Nope.
I think I don't know, here lately with pork butts, man. shredding them like that, I think it's a waste. I'm too. Man, I love fucking pork steaks, dude. So I start cutting my own, dude. Those things are damn good.
What's up, Solomon?
Those things are awesome, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro.
Man,
Yeah.
I've been going to Sam's and just buying the pork steaks.
Yeah.
Man, and where was I at the other day that had some good looking pork steaks? Oh, I guess it was at Sam's. Is it at Sam's or Costco? Sam's or Costco's. Man, they had some big old thick pork steaks that I picked up.
Shit, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No,
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. Somebody else can cut it. And I can just buy it cut. I'm good.
Yeah. Takes
Kyle?
off the work.
What's up with you?
Chillaxing, my friend. Just chillaxing. Happy to be
Yeah.
back on here again this week.
Yeah. You said you did a little cooking this weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I threw a brisket on the smoker on the trailer. Fucked around with it, tried it out, and did a nice long rest on it, and fucked with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know?
What'd you think? Not used to your cooking choice, dude. You cook
Yeah.
those expensive ass wagyus.
Yeah, man. Usually when I cooked at home before I started competing, that's all I cooked was mainly
Mhm.
choice. That's what I could find, right? And so we just ran a lot of fucking choice, and they're cheap. I like a choice brisket, dude.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that, bro.
Mm.
All day.
What about sausage? Y'all mess
especially
around
on
with
sale.
sausage or not?
I do. I buy it
Yeah.
from the store and I throw it on the pit till it splits. I mean, that's probably not the proper way you do it. You know what I mean? But I like it when that casing splits, man, and it's all spewing freaking cheese everywhere and shit. Yeah, love that shit. It's like a show and dinner at the same time.
Well, maybe our guest will help you with that, dude.
Right on, bro.
Let's bring him in, man. Sausage Sensei himself, man. Bill Dumas. Let's bring him in.
Sure.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's going on, Bill?
How are y'all?
Good,
How are y'all
man.
doing?
Good, brother.
Good.
Good.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show and catching up with us.
What's up,
Yeah,
Micah?
sorry, I don't know. Can you see me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. It's
We
a little
got you.
dark in here. No, it's like I told you earlier. Sorry for the delay. I just had some mechanical problems with the tractor, and I had to take a bunch of things apart on it and then search for parts. So it was a great day.
Yeah. In that Central Texas heat.
Yeah, it felt like the Mekong Delta in Southeast Vietnam. Felt terrible.
Man.
I was like sweating my ass off today. So.
Yeah.
But I think I got what I needed. We'll see. Won't know until the part gets here, and that's always another added dimension, whether or not you got the right parts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what happens with farm machinery, I suppose. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have y'all gotten a break from that rain?
you know what? Where I'm at, I really haven't gotten much of it. It's all been to the southwest and southeast of us.
What's up,
I
Aaron?
live out near
Aaron?
near Wimberley, and we got maybe 2 inches, maybe 3 inches spread out. It was nothing like anybody else got. It all went around us. So, but Lord knows we need the rain. We just don't need it all at once.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But that's the way it goes in this part of the country. You know, it's feast or famine. You know how it is.
Yeah, for sure.
From one extreme to the next, yeah.
It is indeed one extreme to the next. But people had to put things in perspective. This is not really all that bad. The bad one was in 1957. So we had a big drought of record, which is the drought of record since recorded history. I think it lasted from 47 until 57. And what broke it was lots of torrential rain. I think downtown Lampasas, I think ended up with like 15 feet of water.
Damn.
Downtown Lampasas at that time. So, that's just part and parcel for this part of the country. The difference is there's more people here than there was in 1957. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully all that shit clears up, man. I mean, we're talking about it now, and it's been wanting to rain around here for a little bit. As we're talking about it, I can hear some thunder out there. So,
Where do you live?
Odessa. I'm out of Odessa.
Oh, okay. All right. So my wife is born and raised in Snyder.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
born and raised in Snyder. So I have extended family in Snyder, Stanton, Midland area, as well as Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around the corner.
That's all in this area.
Yes.
All up in that area. So yeah.
Only Serge goes to Odessa. The rest of us stay in the good place.
What is it? What they say about that area where the wind blows, the oil flows, and the cotton grows? It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Let's see, barbecue places out there. You have Eddie Mays and Woolforth.
Yep.
Right.
You have Pody's out there in Pecos.
Yep.
You have that one fellow that just got on the Texas Monthly Top 50 over there in Abilene. What's his name? I'll think of it. He's in Abilene. He's just got on the top 50 for Texas Monthly. I've never been there, but then when you talk about Abilene, then you got to talk about Buffalo Gap, and that would be Perini Ranch. So there's some good places out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What up, Vincent?
I think
Go ahead.
Aaron hit top 52, right? The half acre.
Yeah, the half acre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. And the funny thing about that is that didn't used to be his place. That used to be a junior's place.
Right.
And then of course he sold it and moved to out to Early on the other side of Brownwood.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, Aaron did make top 50. Ain't that something? So the one that I thought would make it but didn't make it on the top 50 in Odessa is Brandon McPherson.
Right.
From Brantley Creek. I think he was well deserving to be top 50. So I don't understand that, but there's always some pretty hesitate to say controversial choices or whatever on every top 50 listing. So those that make it, that versus that don't, but the ones that didn't make it back on there are also as controversial as the other. I saw that Brandon Hurtado didn't make a top 50 on this go around. So that was pretty interesting. What was another one? I'd have to look again, but I don't believe that Tejas down in Tomball, I don't think they made it back on, et cetera, et cetera. So it's always interesting to see who drops off and who drops on. And then there's always head scratchers. You're like, huh? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can figure it out, you let me know.
What's the Sensei been up to here lately? Just slinging.
Oh, man, all kinds of crazy things. It's kind of settled down. This year's been a whole lot of traveling, and I think I had the last commitment. I got back here probably, gosh, when was that? The 1st of June, somewhere around the 1st of June. But from about just after the new year until around the 1st of June, it was go, hustle. Just one commitment after the next, and thankful for it. And there's been some really good ones too, some crazy things, for sure. Good stuff.
Nice. Well, I'm glad I was able to get in with you. So we'll be visiting with you on the 2nd, I believe, in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I think August 2nd. And speaking of which, you're actually kind of lucky because I'm winding a lot of that down. And I say that because of this, because I've been gone. It really started cranking up probably in March. Like I was telling you earlier, in March, we had 2 days of sausage classes and collaborations there, and with David Ong and the guys with Pitmaster University from Perth, Australia. So we had 2 days with them, but of course that involves all the prep time. So actually the physical classes and courses were 2 days, but a week of prep prior to that. So that was in March, about mid-March in Perth. And then we jumped over and went to Singapore for about 10 days. And then came back from Singapore. Singapore is amazing. the food scene in Singapore is world class. So you go to the hawker stalls in the open air markets there in Singapore, and there will be a lady that does nothing but Cantonese style noodles with traditional Chinese char siu pork, and that's all she does out of this one stall, and it's 1 Michelin star.
Damn. Wow.
Yes. So one food stall we went to, there were 11 different Michelin stars with hawkers. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy at all, but done and executed very well. So, if you're a fan of Malaysian and Cantonese, Chinese cuisines, and Singapore's definitely someplace should put on your to-do list. But anyway, I digress. So we got back from there. I was about 3 weeks back, and then Jay Beaumont and one of the key organizers for Meat Stock, that's the brand itself, which you may or may not be aware is a festival that's all over the Southern Hemisphere. So you have Meat Stock Toowoomba, Meat Stock Melbourne, I believe, Meat Stock Sydney, Meat Stock Brazil, that would be Sao Paulo, and then also Meat Stock Hamilton, which is just right outside of Auckland on the North Island. So anyway, Jay organized in conjunction with other people on the ground within the Meat Stock organization, such as Luke Moonshine with Fat Boys Smokehouse and Barbecue in Queensland, along with Adriano Andrade, organized a tour. So I had a lot of sausage classes and courses all over. I think it was 4 different Australian states. So I landed there in the backside of April, and then had a collaboration and class at Fat Boys in Walloon, Queensland. Fun fact: Luke Moonshine there at Fat Boys has the world's largest operational reverse flow pit in the world. It's 10,000 gallons.
Oh,
And its name is Frank the Tank. And you may have seen Frank the Tank on any number of the Meat Stock shows. So, but anyway, so I had the classes and courses there at Fat Boys, and all the associated prep, and then we went ahead and made the sausages for Meat Stock Sydney, which is the largest barbecue and grilling festival in the world. I think we had 24,000 people on Saturday, something like that. So we made all the sausages at Fat Boy, so I had to make about 1,200 sausages just to support that, along with what we were doing there.
Yeah.
And then we hustled it all down to New South Wales, Sydney, and did the fire kitchen at Meat Stock, and the other cast and crew on the same stage was, other than myself, was Ernest and David from Burnt Bean. And then you had Shauna and Sam from the United Kingdom, and then you had Daniel Lee, who's very well known in Sao Paulo, part of the Meat Stock organization. And anyway, we slung and did our wares there. And then I rolled up after the 3-day festival and went to the Q Club in Melbourne, Victoria, had a class course there. And then we rolled up and went to Barbecue Revolution, and just outside of Adelaide, South Australia, and had a class course there. And then rolled up from there and then hopped the ditch over to Hamilton, New Zealand, courtesy of Jared McDonald, who you may know as one of the participants who did very well at the Jack Daniels Invitational representing New Zealand a couple of years back. So Jared's good people. So anyway, once I got back from there, and this has been a year of just constant travel, hustle, I just got tired. So what I decided to do was just concentrate on the business at hand. their at home base, which is Schultz Pit Room in Seguin, Texas, and just concentrate on the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s there. Get some more roots underneath me, and then reevaluate as time goes on. But you're actually going to be the last one for some time until we get the creative juices and me not being so tired
Yeah.
out of the way. I'm an old man.
Well, I'm happy to make that one for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just been a hustle, which
Sounds
has
like
been
it.
great, man. I mean, a whole month long in Australia and New Zealand is pretty awesome. And I only saw one other American. That's it. So I was deep in the woods, in the bush. I was in the bush,
Yeah,
mate.
in the bush. In the bush.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I follow Chef Mel with Darkside, and he has his. I guess he was out in Meatstock, and it seems like just a fucking rock and roll tour out there, man.
Yeah,
From
and
city to
Mel's
city,
a
town
little,
to town.
yeah, Mel's a little psychotic. Mel's actually a really good friend of mine. Yeah, I think he did. He was going to do Meatstock Toowoomba, but they had a major cyclone that was coming up on that side of the Australian coast, and so they ended up having to cancel that. So everybody, including Al Frugoni, recamped at Fat Boys, and they all gave each other tattoos, drank heavily, and had one big old party instead.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah. It was a good time. But yeah, Mel's crazy. Are any of y'all going to Al Frugoni's event in
Whatever.
November?
No. I wish I would be able to go to that.
Yeah,
that
that's a good
big
time.
live
That's the
fire.
open fire one. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas
When is
Open
that?
Fire meetup.
Do you know
What's
when
that
it
called?
is? What date is that?
I'd have to look at the calendar again. It might be up on Al's site, but it's within that first week or two of November. I want to say early November, maybe that first weekend in November is what I think it is. Mel will be there along with a lot of other folks too, from quite frankly all over the world.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Last year was an excellent time. I think the Argentinian crew won the shebang. Big surprise.
Yeah. So how do y'all go about linking that many sausages over there, man? 1,200? Is that just that the whole time, or?
Yeah, it wasn't
Pretty
easy
bad.
it wasn't easy, man, because we had several things going on there at Fat Boys. We had to make the sausage for a collaboration. So I did a Texas style takeover there at Fat Boys. So we had to make the sausages for that. Then I had to make the sausages for Meatstock Sydney. And then I had to make the sausages for a sausage class there at the Fat Boys. So I had 3 things going on. So here's the thing. Here's what separates the boys from the men, so to speak. So when you're at home and you're making XYZ, it's no problem because the reliability and the sourcing of certain ingredients and meat items are generally not a problem.
Right.
However, when you go on the other side of the world that has different butchery practices, meaning you're not going to get the same cuts and sizes and grades of meat, as well as the simple things that you and I may take for granted, try finding dried pinto beans in Australia. You're not gonna. Try finding sliced dill pickle chips in Australia. You're not.
Wow.
So it's these little differences. And Ernest and I were talking about that too. It's not that you are a good cook for what you are, but what do you do to adjust on the fly and make it just as consistent and just as good without anybody else noticing? Aha. That's what separates it, because what Dave and Ernest were doing is they were doing their drumettes like they do at Burnt Bean, but there were some differences in respect to ingredient items. But Ernest was smart. He packed in his own stuff from Texas, but still, little differences like apple cider vinegar down there is more like apple juice It's more, it's less
Wow.
like vinegar. So the acidity that you're talking about is a little bit different. But so to answer your question, it's just a nonstop hustle. It was a
Wow.
week long of just 6 long day, followed by another long day, followed by yet another long day. Yeah. That's like about five 16-hour days to make it happen. And
Wow.
then we had to hustle everything into the truck and then drive it 11 and a half hours down from
Sure.
Queensland down to New South Wales. But so that was a little bit of a hustle. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of work. So,
Man,
but
sounds like about a lot of adapting, you know, and kind of like, you know, and
it
I
is.
guess just
It
trying to
is
make the best of what you can do, but at the same time, it's like not sacrifice the integrity of, you know,
the
the
quality
flavor.
of the
Yes,
product.
sir. Yes, sir.
And you know what we did? We used so many of you know that Australia has the largest Wagyu market in the world. So their cuts of beef in respect to Wagyu are far superior than we get here. Uh, Black Onyx is one that comes to mind. That's a butcher down there. But anyway, the sausages that I made were the peach cobbler sausages,
Mm.
made with a Jack Daniels reduction sauce, and Jack Daniels is one of our sponsors,
Damn.
both at Sydney as well as over there in Auckland. So, but trying to find peaches, dehydrated peaches, which is a key ingredient for this dish, is nigh well impossible. But
Wow.
we had to adapt. So it's just little things, it was nuts. So, but again, that's kind of what separates, the men from the boys, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I can imagine you had a crew helping you out with that kind of stuff, though, right? Or did you link all of them?
No, it was largely me. I mean,
Wow.
the guys are making their own sausage now. Luke sent me a video just the other day, and you can look it up on their socials. They're starting to make their own sausage now, which is great. I'm happy to see that because uh, really, from a restaurant perspective, you need to recapture that waste because for a restaurant usage, you're losing just at trim on average with a packer brisket about 2 to 3 pounds per
Man,
brisket.
all that food costs.
So yeah, so that cuts into your bottom line. So sausage is the vehicle of economy, which helps you actually recoup those costs.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly speaking, down there. So if we're talking like right now, I check my costing on brisket cost. I know my numbers, and we were paying $4.36 a pound for brisket, which is high for me, but for them, they're paying on average about a U.S. equivalent about $9 to $10 per pound.
Damn.
Ah, dang.
Damn.
So,
What a-
but the caveat is it's Wagyu.
Mhm.
So that being said, the sausages that we made for Meat Stock Sydney were the equivalent of A4 Wagyu.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Psychotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually ended up having to add protein back to the base, the initial ratio in which to make everything balance out. Otherwise, it just grease out. But that's
Yeah,
a
for
whole
sure. I
other
can imagine.
subject, So yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
So were y'all doing a 50-50 on that or just all straight beef?
Well, with Wagyu, you're gonna operate 100%, but you're gonna add protein back to it. In that case, it would be typically speaking with sausage ratios, you have to take care of your rates of intermuscular fat. That's the fat that's contained within the protein strands, such as, for example, seam fat. So you have to take those things into consideration. So weights and measurements are key. So typically speaking, two accepted ratios might be 70-30 or 60-40, for example, meat to fat. So you need to learn how to read the meat
Mm-hmm.
and figure out how to make those quotients correct. So in the case of Wagyu, you're actually going to add protein back to it as opposed to, Here, if I'm just going to be considering just simple brisket trim, I would be adding fat to that to achieve my appropriate ratio, be that 70-30 or 60-40, for example. But but the thing about sausage making, it's an applied food science. It's not recipe based. It's scientifically based around specific weighted measurements of meats, fats, salts. But then again, you also have to factor in temperature and temperature control, because if you don't have that, then it'll just fall apart. But at essence, what it is a temperature sensitive meat emulsion. That's what sausage is.
Yep. Yeah. What's your perfect texture on sausage? I mean, what are you looking for?
Well, the earmarks of any sausage, no matter where you get it, properly done, are going to be color retention. We eat with our eyes, so it needs to look good. So color retention, number one. Number two, you should not look shriveled or wrinkled or anything of that nature. If it looks like that, then I know the temperature's out of whack somewhere along the line. So there's that. And also it must have good snap, that pop. So that's the other. And it finally, when you do snap it, break it, or cut it, the internal product, which is the meat emulsion, should be tight and compact, not broken, not grainy, not overly greasy. So it should be tight and compact. And so those are the earmarks of a properly constructed and properly cooked sausage.
Yeah. Mine might have been kind of all over the place. The last ones that I did, I think they were a little grainy on it, and I was like, man, what the hell did I do different? And I didn't know if it was. I kept the meat cold. Everything was cold on it, but just the way it came out. I don't know if I just didn't do the mixing correctly, or I don't know what happened on it, but it seemed like the jalapeno cheddar was fine. It was my regular one, and it's almost like that one came out a little grainy, little kind of falling apart a little bit. I mean, it was still good, but
the keys are you have to have an appropriate ratio. So your meat to fat ratio must be ironclad and must be accurate. As is your salt ratio, because that's the base, that's the root. Then proper temperature control throughout. And then on top of that, moisture and pH levels as well. So if there's any kind of adverse moisture or pH differences, then that will cause it to get grainy or perhaps break, depending upon what you're putting into it. So it's a myriad of different things that you have to kind of problem solve. But if you know how it is, if you understand why it is the way that it is, that's the science. Then the science will create a process, or dictate and create a process. For me, it's a 3-day process. So it takes 3 days to make one stick of sausage or 3,000 pounds. It doesn't matter. It's a 3-day process. And then on top of that, it goes from science to process. And then you have to, again, circle back around to temperature control and weights and ratios. So it's a cycle. It's a wheel.
Yeah. And then it kind of sucks whenever you spend all that time doing it, and then the final product comes out, and you're not happy with it. You just throw it all in the freaking garbage.
It does. I've had that happen, but here's
exactly, Aaron.
That's a water.
That might be my problem.
But here's the thing: for me at least, my successes don't teach me anything. Failure does.
Right.
So I don't really remember all of my successes. I really don't. What I do remember is my failures, because they had something to teach me. So I had one recently. I was going to make a cherry sausage, but I was in a hurry, and I didn't follow my own steps and procedures, and I should have done some things to modify my pH levels and moisture levels, and I didn't, and it broke it. So I'm like, there goes several pounds of that. So I feel you.
Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite sausages there, Bill?
Are you talking like restaurant?
Like for you, like you say, man, that's my favorite. Like restaurant, whatever.
Personal favorite, yeah.
Personal favorite.
Okay, old school favorite. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? 2 old school favorites, but there's some caveats there. My old school favorite, my king of all kings, Luling City Market. Yeah, in Luling, Texas. That's my old school favorite. There's just something about that sausage that they make there in house, and they've been doing it since 1968, and it's hung in those big brick pits in that old black pit room that you walk into. There's just something about that sausage, and they pair it with whatever the hell that sausage up at the sausage or sauce at the front counter is great. That's my number one. My number two would probably be if you catch it on the right date and at the right time, would be Kreitz Market in Lockhart. Same thing, old school. Sensing the theme there. My third one would be what Louis Miller is putting out there, and you got to hand it to Wayne Miller. Wayne Miller has done a great job with preserving the history of Louis Miller. It's a historical time capsule, and Wayne hasn't changed anything. And what he puts out there, God bless him, is just the same as it was whenever Bobby Miller and Fred Fontaine were running the show at Louis Miller.
Wow.
I'm kind of a sucker for the old school establishments, to be perfectly honest with you.
Nice. Hell yeah. Donnie had a good question there. His casings, he's trying to find a good casing. If you have any recommendations.
Sure. Where do you live?
I think he's in Central Texas, so he's over there in where's he at?
He said he's close to Fisher off of 306.
Oh, you're over in my neck of the woods. Meet me at the Devil's Backbone Tavern, and I'll hit you up. Seriously. You can get some from me if you want. I'm at Schultz Pit Room in Seguin, Texas. Or if you find yourself in Austin or San Antonio, go to Whole Foods Market. They use the same supplier as I do. And Whole Foods has a PLU on their computer system. So if you walk up to their butcher counter and you get some punk that says, I can't sell you that, ask to speak to the lead butcher. They do have a PLU number, and they will sell you casings, and they're the same supplier I use, which are really high quality ones.
Nice.
Right on. Aaron over there talking about brine water and shit. Damn.
That's hot dog water.
Yeah, our water is not very good, and I think that's probably where I went wrong on it. Honestly, I mean, our water is super hard out here, especially in Odessa, and where I'm actually living. Man, we're going through a water heater once every 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? That's how hard the water is out here. It's super scaly. It's inconsistent. I would imagine. So
yeah. Well, that's a good point. And in which case, follow your gut and probably use some distilled water or jug water. You know, that's a good point. I didn't consider that. So, ding ding, that's a good point right there.
Yeah, something
good catch right there, dude. Real good catch. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, Aaron's cooking. I don't know shit. Who knows how many he's doing a week? He's doing a ton as well. So the restaurant's busy, and he's in the same area. So
yeah, and Brandon McPherson over there at Brantley Creek, he's making his own sausage. Here's a fun fact. Ready for some fun facts?
Let's go.
So Aaron, as well as Brandon over there at Brantley Creek, those are both of my students.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're both of my students. Here's another fun fact. 10 of the current Texas Monthly Top 50 establishments on this current list have been through my doors.
Yeah.
Right on, man. That's cool.
And 6 of the Texas Monthly from the prior list in 2021 have been through my doors. So they all learned from me. So which is a good thing.
That's something, right?
Yes, sir.
Aaron knows.
But no, Aaron's good people. You know, he really is. He's something else. Texas oil dust. That's it, ain't it?
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
That's it. He's good people. There's no telling where he's at or what he's doing right now. We should reach out to him.
Probably make a sausage.
Probably make this nice.
Well, hey, do you want to talk about someone that's always on the move? He's on the comp circuit pretty hard and heavy too.
Right,
So,
right.
so he's always out there hitting a lick somewhere. Speaking of comp, you know who came through the back door the other day? I looked up. I was just doing something. I looked up and there's old Robert Sierra. So
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
good to see. Good to see.
another
Robert.
another legend for sure.
Yes, sir.
He's good people. There's a lot of good people in this industry. You know, very few assholes.
Very few.
There's a few, but I won't name them.
At what point in your career did you say, "Man, I'm going to take the sausage to the next level"?
Oh man. Well, see, I started out in a USDA inspected facility. So that was at Smoky Denmark's Smoked Meats over in East Austin. So that was a commercial sausage manufacturing facility wherein we made commercially grade sausages and shipped them all over God's universe. I was working there for a bit, and we started a food truck in front of the facility. That probably would have been in 2013. That was in the Wild Wild West when barbecue was on the upswing. Right down the street from us was John Miller, the Dark Prince of Barbecue. And then Law Barbecue had started hitting a lick. They were on Cesar Chavez. And then, of course, you had Mickleweight a few blocks up from that. And then Aaron got into his brick and mortar just a few years before that. So anyway, so it was kind of the Wild Wild West. And when I was there, I hired a guy by the name of Keenan Goldis. And he had a food truck trailer called called Goldis Sausage Company. And this gentleman was the OG of strange sausages like mac and cheese sausage, blueberry mint, marshmallow pumpkin mole,
Wow.
all kinds of crazy shit. So I hired him. He started working with me, and then we started making things together collaboratively through the food truck at Smoky Denmark, like apple pie sausage, blackened redfish boudin, things of that nature. And that got us some pretty good push. Daniel Vaughn started coming around, which was great. And that got us, a little bit more attention. And then from there, I was there until about 2015. And then I went to Style Switch, barbecue on North Lamar. And 2017, of course, we got Texas Monthly Top 50 during my tenure there. Thanks to we had a great crew. Lance Kirkpatrick is a wonderful human being, by the way. Nonetheless, Style Switch. But then when it really got full swing, to answer your question, is whenever John Brotherton, God bless his soul, reached out to me, and he wanted to create a sausage program for his restaurant, Brotherton's Black Iron Barbecue. And I got there January 2020 and started doing it and hitting a lick, and then all of a sudden COVID happened. We started circling the drain, as well as everybody else in the industry started circling the drain, and it wasn't a good time. There's a mutual friend of ours, perhaps you know him as well. His name is Marto Chifari, otherwise known as Max, but known in the universe as Texarkana Barbecue.
Texarkana Barbecue.
Good friend. He's a worldwide barbecue consultant. But because of COVID, he couldn't travel, and he and John Brotherton were thick as thieves. So Max was hanging around the restaurant quite a bit, and he's asked me one day, "Hey, you're pretty good at this sausage making. You mind if I come and make a video of you?" And I said, "Yeah." So he came and made a video, and it did well. And a little while later, he says, "Man, have you ever thought about doing sausage classes?" And I said, "No, I haven't, but I'll put it out there." And I did. And it took off like wildfire. It was like right out of the gate. So from basically speaking, John Brotherton was the type of person that would always pay it forward for the next guy, not often thinking of himself. He never thought of himself. He always thought of other people. That's just how he was. So he invested heavily in me and allowed me to pursue whatever I wanted to pursue, and it
Nice.
just started going down that path. And from June of 2020 until, well, like I told you, this June of 2025, I've been booked solid. And it's just been gone crazy since then, particularly in the last year and a half. But I have to give props to John Brotherton. It seems like everything has been like a hand and a glove, or like two gears meshing together. It's one thing leading into the next thing, and the next thing would not have been possible without the thing behind it. So throughout my professional career, it just seems like that has always been the case. And I've been lucky and fortunate to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. Not very many people can say that.
Right. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. The way it all worked out, and shit, and you're the go-to. You know what I mean? You're the go-to when it comes to it. And I don't even know, is anybody else doing what you're doing out there?
Well, I just saw where Bar A Barbecue down in Montgomery is starting to put on sausage classes. and then I know that George Watts down there in San Juan, GW. Yeah, another one of my students. So, but they're all good people, man. And if they can make it work, God bless them. I prescribe to the John Brotherton methodology. If you pay it forward to the next guy and believe in the next guy, and then help them out with anything that they may need, then that's not a bad thing. What that actually does is that actually helps this community thrive, and it makes sure that certain elements of the skill set live on long after we're gone.
Right.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Dang, Kyle, grandbaby got already a leg up on that sausage making already above us, man.
A matter of fact, I saw that down at GW's. Any of y'all know Jeremy Brand?
Heard the name.
He was the photographer for Nil Scale, but now he's the official photographer for Yeti. So he's a really good guy, talented photographer, super talented photographer. Anyway, I saw that he was down there at GW's in San Juan, and he sent me a video. And damn, they put a giant mural in their
Sensei?
restaurant. And yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm like, wow, guys, y'all didn't have to do that. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. So, but there it goes, you know.
Yeah. George was on the show not too long ago, a couple weeks back, and we had a little segment talking sausage, and he said that's his baby, that's what he does, and he doesn't like anybody to get in on it, and that's where he goes. So
that sounds like something he might say.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think for him, it's if I could say so, I think for him it's probably one of those therapeutic things where he just gets in the zone. I can see that for him. They're good people. George Senior and George Junior, just good folks, man. I can't speak highly enough about them. I really can't. You know, and for them to go from just getting started to number 5.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On.
That's
awesome.
Unheard of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome for sure. And that's when I was telling the guys, and I was wanting to get George on the show for a minute because I'm originally from the Valley, and seeing the kind of stuff that he was putting out or whatever. And then the list came out. I'm like, oh shit, we better get him on before we'll be able to. So, but he was gracious enough to come on for a little bit, and we talked about sausage making, and he's like Bill's classes, you know, it's where you need to be. So
he's good people, and you know, there's some other folks down, you know, south of me. Another good one is Lupe and Christine Alvarez, you know, at La Vaca barbecue. I can't speak highly enough about them either. They're such good people.
That's awesome.
But like I said,
barbecue's a small world, man. It seems like you know a lot of them. Everybody.
Well, everyone, when you're in the business long enough, you tend to know everybody. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like this. Back in the day, there was this thing called the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where you could connect everyone by 6 people to Kevin Bacon. I think it's probably less than that for a lot of people in this industry. It should be like the 6 degrees of Ernest Cervantes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Everything comes back to burnt bean, right?
Everything that comes to man, have y'all been there lately?
Yeah, I was there not too long ago. A couple weeks back. So right before the floods happened, I was out there.
Dude, the Sundays when you got to go, but you don't.
Yeah, that's where I was there.
Yeah, because is that not the best? Pro tip: have you had Ernest Fideo?
Yeah,
No.
I was.
Is it
Well,
that good?
I had the conchitas with beans when I was there.
Oh,
And,
did you? Oh, I've been meant to order that. How is that?
It's just like home, just like home. And you know what? You know what's weird is when I was out there, I got there super early, man. I wanted to take some pictures and kind of do my thing out there, so I got there like at 2 a.m. so
What?
yeah, so I was first in line or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's the smell coming out of that restaurant. I was trying to put my finger on it for the longest time. Like, man, I know I've smelt that before. But after thinking about it, man, that smell is the same smell that I was smelling from my. I called her my grandma, but she wasn't really my grandma. And but I remember as a kid that I would always be at her house, and that's the smell that it hit me after a while. You know what I mean? So that was it. And sure enough, man, as soon as I went in there, I saw the conchitas on the menu, and I'm like, man, I got to try that. So I got that, and it was really good, super good.
See, I've been wanting to try that, but I'm kind of a creature of habit, and I can't get away from those damn huevos rancheros Casanova style.
The Casanova, yeah.
You got your claws dug in you, huh?
The wife, she likes the Blue October. So,
I had all that. I had it all. I had to try it all, right? So
one time she was in there, and the band Blue October was in there eating Blue
Octobers.
Really?
Wow.
That's nice. That's cool.
How does that happen?
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
Wow.
that smell. So the smell is probably going to be like some onions, some garlic, some chile, some comino. I don't know, something like that. But the fideo's good. If you hadn't had the fideo, you go for the fideo.
Shit, I had to make some the other day, so I made some.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Riddle me this, Batman. Everyone's got a fideo recipe, right?
Yep.
So, you don't have to tell me everything, but your fideo has basically what in it?
So it's the Fermenti. Is that the name of the brand that I used? So I toasted that for a little bit. Got a nice toasty, and then just the Norris chicken stock.
Yep.
A couple of tomatoes, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. Simple as that. Jalapeno.
Not here in New Mexico, bro. You put some lard in there, you brown it up real good. You add just some tomatoes and some onions, put some comino in there a little bit.
Yeah,
comino.
Yeah.
They do it up over here. It's different though.
The secrets of the manteca.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of it too.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Same thing with refried beans, man. You gotta have the manteca.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then you're a pinche gringo.
You hear that, Sam?
So
he's all Bush's baked beans, baby.
Yeah, bro, that beautiful bean footage. I don't think so. Man,
so tell me, would a fideo sausage, would that be possible?
Well, yes, actually it is. It's been on my list of things to do. So 100% it can be. Because I've made mac and cheese sausage, so there's no reason why a fideo wouldn't work. And I've done all kinds of crazy ones. We had, if you're talking about kind of that theme, have any of you been to Mexico City?
I haven't, but I got a lot of family over there. So
But so like the chilangos, right? They have all the tortas, all the different kinds of
yeah.
tortas, and there's one that is the torta toloqueña, right? Which basically is the everything. So it has the jamon, the chorizo,
Mm,
everything.
that's
So
good stuff.
I made a sausage that had all of that in there. It had everything. It had the pan, it had the
Wow.
chorizo,
How do
it
you cram
had
all that in there?
the frijoles, it had the milanesa, the jamon, it had everything. And so that was a good one. So basically speaking, if that will work, then I know the fideo will work. I just have to do it.
Wow.
How on my list to do. But the problem is like with fideo, you're talking about one of those things that is like everybody's family, everyone's grandmother has their own fideo recipe,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll
Mm-hmm.
fight you over it.
It's true. Though.
So if it's not like your grandmother's, then you're probably going to go fist to cuss with someone, and then the
Yeah.
arguments start. Oh, it has too much comino. Oh, it has too much
All
tomate.
right.
Or whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I
I,
mean?
I've been starting to like a lot of Camino. A lot of Camino's been it's going from half a teaspoon to maybe a full teaspoon here
Yeah.
lately. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of growing on me here lately.
Yeah, 100%. I think if I do it, I'm gonna put some chile ancho or maybe some
Yeah.
chile guajillo.
Yeah.
And then underpin that maybe with some comino. Not very much
Yeah.
comino because I don't want to be like a chile con carne, nothing like that.
Right. Right.
And then your ajo, your onion, maybe tomato. I don't know. Figure it out. But the nor, that's the other thing. The
nor.
nor, the bouillon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the secret right there.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, for
what's
sure.
in that shit.
Yeah. The
I
good
agree,
stuff.
Johnny. A fideo sausage would be fire for sure, man.
Yeah.
But I like the other one, just not just the regular nor, the pollo, is I like the nor tomate.
Yeah. The tomato one.
Oh
That-
yeah,
So
definitely.
you got all of them. You got the beef, you got the chicken, and then you got the tomato. And man, all of them are super good. So it just depends what recipe and where you're going with it. So
Yeah. Yeah, the tomate I think works good with drop a little bit of the tomate next time you do the birria, right? And that richness of that tomate kind of makes that birria kind of sing. But also with Spanish rice, you got to have that in there too.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
For
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's
Yeah.
the other one that people will fight you over.
It's true.
Rice.
Got to have that Manteca ratio. Got to brown it just right. All that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
moisture levels have been killing me on that, and I finally cracked that egg there, Bill.
Oh, you
not
did?
too long
What-
ago. Yeah.
What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?
So everybody says to turn once you put your tomato base in there and you put your seasonings,
Yep.
bring that back to a boil, right?
Yeah.
And everybody says turn down the heat on it. Well,
Yeah.
what I've been doing, every time I turn down the heat, it would still kind of cooking it too much. So as soon as I do that, as soon as I get that to a high boil,
Yeah.
I turn the fucking stove off. Just completely turn it off.
Yeah.
And just let the heat go in there for 16 minutes, and boom, after 16 minutes, that shit's coming out.
Yeah.
Good. And another secret that I found is I get better results when I do it on the cast iron skillet rather
Oh,
than anything
yeah.
else.
That's
So-
true.
so-
That's true.
My
Yeah.
mom used to always do it on the cast iron, and dude, if you're going and you're trying to do Mexican, I'm sure you can do it, but on a cheap pan or something that doesn't hold a lot of heat,
Yeah.
you got to keep an eye on it for sure. But that cast iron, it'll hold that heat for the time that you need it, and you're good. You're good.
Good
So-
shit. I love it.
Yeah. And then another thing is my father-in-law. My wife's dad, my wife's grandfather had the oldest Chinese restaurant in Dallas. I think it was like 60 years they were in operation,
Oh, no
and it was
shit.
one of the first ones. What was the name of the name? Chef Pan. What was the name of the restaurant? She doesn't even know. Can't remember. But anyways, so he does a lot of stuff, man. And my father-in-law was always cooking dishes there at the house, and I finally learned how to do just regular white rice on the pan, not in a fucking rice cooker. You know what I mean? Actually, to make it, and you put some of those seasonings you get at the Asian market. Man, that fucking white rice is something else, man. You put white rice with some Chinese sausage, man, all day long. I love Chinese sausage. So
yeah, that's good stuff. We had some really good coconut rice in Singapore. That was like incredible. So instead of using water, they use coconut milk. And
wow.
oh yeah. And forget about it.
Have you ever made a house Chinese sausage from scratch?
Yes, I have. And it's excellent, but it's very laborious. It takes a lot of time to do it correctly because it's almost, well, traditionally it would be fermented, but since I don't have a fermentation chamber, I have to kind of split hairs with it. But yeah, it's incredible. If you get a good example, it's game on.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
It's like a lot of traditional Chinese cooking. If you go right back to the root of it all, it can be pretty complicated. We were just talking about some Chinese dish the other day, and just step after step after step after step. Oh, it was Sichuan beef noodle soup. You can believe how many steps are involved in that.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy for sure, man. It's crazy for sure, and that's one thing I want to kind of incorporate in the trailer. It's kind of all over the place, from traditional barbecue, and because I'm working on getting my food trailer going. I'm actually on the last couple steps, and I'm basically the next step is getting inspected. So fire marshal inspections and health inspections and all that other bullshit. But to be able to incorporate, the Chinese aspect, my culture, from South Texas to, traditional barbecue stuff, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I tell you guys all the time, that's the good thing about it, is I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean? If I want to cook, fried rice with some charo beans, and I can do it.
Well, why wouldn't you? Hey, man, I think he's still in business over there. Does anyone go into downtown Midland any?
Yeah, all the time.
Does anyone know Ruben Carrasco?
Yeah, Ruben's there. Ruben's been on the show before. So, Pachuco's.
Yeah, okay. So he's doing good. He's doing some stir fries and stuff up in there.
Yeah.
And some other crazy shit. So yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, he's still there doing his thing, man. He's still there. The restaurant's still there, killing it, man. Every at lunchtime we got lines just like anywhere else.
He's creative.
So,
yeah. That's good to hear. I haven't talked to him in a couple of months, but he came through Brotherton's whenever I was over there, probably about it's maybe 3 years ago now, come to think of it. But no, he's good. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, for sure. I got one thing for you, Bill. I saw maybe a while back. Did you ever finish the all-subs sausage? All-subs burrito.
Oh, absolutely. The all-subs fried burrito. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I did, and I'm going to do it again. So that one was very well received. Dude, you know what I ended up having to do? So I had to make it authentic. There's no all-subs near me. I had to drive all the way out to Brady, and then I had to sweet talk the manager there to give me all of the hot sauce packets that she had.
Hey guys, those are hard to find these days, man. You can't go to all-subs and find it anymore, man.
No. So I had to really sweet talk her. I told her what I was doing, and she was intrigued, I think. But no, it tasted just like a effing all-subs burrito, because it had them all up in there. So when you cut the sausage, it was there. But then the key was those stinking taco sauce packets. So
that's
hit it
the key.
With that.
Yeah.
Shit. So
Anthony's our resident New Mexico guy, dude. So
dude, I'm
always
telling
giving
you,
him shit.
That was good. The next one I'm going to do, I want to do something from Taco Villa.
No shit.
But I need to pick something on the Taco Villa menu. You know?
Honestly, the best thing that from Taco Villa, if you know, Taco Villa's our deal here in Odessa, Midland, right?
Oh look,
So
Taco Villa. Oh no,
there,
Taco Casa.
Taco Casa's bomb too, But
Oh
but
look.
yeah, all subs. There it is.
Oh shit! Yep. Close thing. Yeah.
The Taco Villa one, Bill, that would be the apple pie burrito. The apple pie burrito sausage. Holy shit, man!
You know what?
Would be.
You're right. Hey, wait a minute. Have I had one of those? Hey, do they put those in the fryer like McDonald's used to do?
Yeah, they do. They do, and they have the cinnamon with sugar kind of topping with
That
the
sounds like a
burrito.
empanada or some shit over here, but
Dude,
yeah.
It looks like an egg roll. It looks like an egg roll, but it's I'll take a picture next time and I'll send it to you. But that's the one. Actually, you know what? When I go over there, I'll take you some, Bill.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I'll take you some.
The hookup.
Yeah.
He got his plug through Surge.
No, okay. So, but riddle me this, Batman. So, different people pick different things at all subs. Are you going with the traditional beef and bean? Or are you going with the green chili? Or are you going with the chimichanga?
Jimmy?
Beef and bean.
I'm beef and bean. Beef and bean.
I only do beef and bean in certain areas of New Mexico. If you go towards like further north you go, the redder the internal of the burrito is, and the better it tastes. And you come down southern New Mexico, they don't change out the grease as much, so it's darker and it doesn't taste as good. That's what I do.
The biggest factor to that is how close you're going to be to a fucking bathroom when you leave.
True.
Man,
That's true.
You get into the Badlands of New Mexico, like in between maybe Tularosa and El Paso. Oh, no.
Over there in the Guadalupe is popping a squat. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. But no, I did see that, and I always thought about it. I was like, man, that. And then everybody says, you know, Willie T and all them say that, man, your burritos taste exactly what you're making, whether it's an apple pie burrito, apple pie sausage, or whatever. You know what I mean? So
that's true. We're making some stuff for Weber up in Chicago. So they contacted me, and they want. If you go to Chicago, you know you're going to go for an Italian beef, right? Mm-hmm. With the giardiniera and the au jus. So anyway, Weber wants the Portillo's. That's one of the big Italian beef places there, which, by the way, have opened some outlets in Dallas, come to think of it. But anyway, they want the Chicago Italian beef sausage with the bread, with the Italian, with the beef itself, with the au jus, with the giardiniera, all up in there. So that'll be the one we're going to execute, actually, beginning tomorrow. So, good stuff. And then also a Chicago tavern style pizza sausage.
Oh man, wow! That sounds so complex, but yet delicious as hell.
It'll be good. It'll be good. So we'll see.
So whenever you do those one-off sausage, you know, concoctions or whatever you want to call them, are you using the same percentages as far as your percent to weight ratios?
Yeah, it is, and that's the beautiful part about it. As long as you're locked in the pocket with what your root base is. So, for example, my root base, which is a defined and measured amount of meats to fats, salts, makes every single sausage I make. Doesn't matter what it is. Mild jalapeno cheese, allsup's, apple pie, don't matter. It uses the same base. It's kind of like if you're a mechanic. Any mechanics in the house?
Yeah, kind of. Because I'm a mechanic. Okay.
So if you have a 350 small block V8, right? Chevrolet 350 V8, right? And you have the block, right? Mm-hmm. What happens if you take that block? That block is your root base. That's your base. What happens if you take that 350 V8 and you put a 400 small block crank and 400 small block heads on it. Then you have a 383 stroker, but the base of it is that 350 V8
Right.
block. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's what you apply to it that dictates its outcome. It's the same way with sausage. As long as you know how to properly construct it and keep it happy, and you can operate with the same measured amount of meats, fats, salts, but what you apply to it dictates its flavor profile. It's just a little unlocking of the secret there.
Wow.
Great answer. Great answer. I was wondering about that. How you find that fine balance?
No, there's very few adjustments on the back end. You just have to know how to manipulate things. Kind of like my ex-wife. No. Oh, sorry. No, but no. No. It's just having what I mean by manipulate is moisture. Is moisture and things that are acidic. You can't put things that are acidic or alcoholic. You have to manipulate those things to reduce pH levels or negate alcohol. If it's too moist, then you need to get rid of the moisture level, which is also pH. So you just have to kind of think about those things a lot. For example, if you were going to make a Korean sausage and you wanted to put kimchi in there, you ain't going to just put kimchi in there. It will break it, right? It'll break the meat emulsion, and ruin it. So what you have to do with the kimchi, perhaps, is to dehydrate it and make it dry, which will also lower its acidic value. Then you can get it in there. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. So, do you think a dehydrator would be a good tool for sausage making?
Absolutely, but you already have the world's best dehydrator, right?
What's that?
A pit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Never thought of it that way.
World's best dehydrator. Run a nice, good, clean fire, nice, clean smoke. Dehydrate all day long. When I make beef jerky, most people, use a dehydrator to make beef jerky. Hell no, don't do that. Use your pit. Your pit's your friend, and then not only that, in the case of beef jerky, then you're actually adding that extra dimension to it, which is the smoke element.
Smoke.
And
Oh wow. Yeah.
it beats that trash ass shit you buy at Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Which you could retread a tire with or resole a shoe with.
I know it's not exactly food safe, but my dad used to go ahead and do it on the old refrigerator,
Yes.
drawer and stuff, and he put it in the back of an old station wagon, let it sun dry like that. We eat the hell out of that thing, man. We get the shits every now and again, but damn, it was good,
Hey, man. But when you go to when you go down into Monterrey, right? Nuevo León, carne seca.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what you're dealing with, just wind dried beef.
Exactly.
Shit. Machacado con huevos. Damn it.
That's good shit right there. Yeah. Oh
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Well, talking to you is making me just kind of opening it up to different types of sausages, man. Like,
well, yeah,
man, it's like do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah,
Just
man.
make sure you get it right.
There ain't no rule if you don't break it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it. Think about that. So yeah, you can make a good traditional sausage, and good traditional sausage, like I said earlier, that's some of my favorite things. But like I say, there ain't no rule if you don't break it. So make it happen, make it your own. You can get as wild and crazy with it as you can. That's how I see it. And why the hell not? There's no reason not to. I think, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it. If you look at where barbecue is headed right now, if you just take a look at all of the Texas Monthly Top 50 rankings, let's say for the last 4 cycles, from let's just say 2017 until now, right? You're going to see a huge shift and a huge difference into respect to what's important and relevant now versus back in 2017. It's huge.
Right.
Back in 2017, or I'll even say, let's go further back, 2013. In 2013, that listing was a lot of your traditional places. Black's Barbecue was on there, for example. Kreitz Barbecue was on there, for example. But
Traditions.
now look around you. Everything now is breaking the mold, breaking the rules, and I think it's kind of like chef driven, meaning to say, Ernest is a 25-year, experienced executive chef. John Bates at Interstellar, even more experience as an executive chef. So what they're doing is they're putting that hat on, that chef hat, and applying it into Texas barbecue and pulling it inside out. So it's a reinterpreting it, and that reinterpretation means that the sky's the limit. Okay, if that's the case, then why would sausage not be the next frontier?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's only so many things you can do to a brisket. And brisket is the belle of the ball. It's hugely important. I love it. You love it. But there's only so much things you can do to it. But where sausage, if you understand how it's put together and why, then you can do anything. So it has to go that way. I was surprised that they didn't put more relevance and importance in respect to sausage within this last rankings and listing. I fully expected them to do so, but we'll see.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Faux show.
Totally opened my eyes on this one, that's for sure.
Yeah, man.
Sam, what do you got, Sam?
Man, I've been trying to think of how to even word this.
Come on, Sam, you got it in you, brother.
Oh, Bill has. I think he can do it.
All right, Bill. So we call it the dream team.
Yeah, so it's
for us,
influential.
Yep.
Yeah. I think who influenced you, like. So we have thing what we call the dream team, right? A lot of these guys do comp cooking, and it's four guys that you would want to cook with, that you would take anywhere, and then a box runner, which would be like your honorable mention type person. So this would be interesting for you because, man, you've been in the industry for a long time, and I would like to hear this. Who would you pick as far as your four?
My four. Well, number one, my grandfather, Curtis Dumas Sr., because that's where I got my love for this industry and love for what I do. Because in 1973, actually starting in the late 60s when he retired from the apparel business, he started his own company, for lack of a better word, where he direct fired chickens on brick pits. And he had a molasses and coffee based barbecue sauce, and people would come from miles around. And as a kid, 5 and 6 years old, I would shadow him and he'd put my ass to work. So I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot of good work ethic from him, and I learned a lot about, just life. So that's number one. Always high on my list, my grandfather. Second, as far as just an influential person, oh man, that's going to be hard to split hairs. But as far as his relevance into what we're talking about today, with barbecue as it applies itself today, would be John Miller, formerly of Louis Miller family fame, otherwise known as the Dark Prince of Barbecue. Could he be cantankerous? Yes. Was he battling certain inner demons? Maybe. But when he was on, and nobody could touch him with hot and fast. Now, everybody in the industry does low and slow. Nobody does hot and fast like John Miller. Right?
Yeah.
That's 1,000% on that one. And, as far as putting a different spin on barbecue and turning it inside out, and just being an overall just good human being, my buddy John Bates at Interstellar That guy's amazing. What he had before Interstellar. He had a place called the Noble. I think it was called the Noble Pig, and they were doing all levels of charcuterie. That restaurant was never destined to make a penny, based on the amount of prep, and it was quasi French brigade system under house there, and the things that they were doing was just simply incredible. And I'm watching them put some of those things into effect at Interstellar, which is fantastic. Which is one reason why they got a Michelin star. So, but aside from all that, John Bates is just a wonderful, wonderful, good human being. And then finally, probably my really good buddy, mi amigo de barbacoa, Luke Moonshine, Fat Boys Barbecue and Smokehouse, or Fat Boys Smokehouse and Barbecue, Queensland, Walloon, Queensland, Australia. Because there's another guy that thinks outside the box. I mean, and pushes the envelope and has a true heart and a passion for this industry, for the restaurant industry, and kind of goes towards that John Brotherton philosophy of paying it forward to the next guy. I would say John Brotherton, but God rest his soul, he's barbecuing in the sky. But little Johnny B, man, that was my guy, but he's not here now. And unless I can include him, which I certainly would.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Yeah, there's just not another John Brotherton. If you knew the guy, then you know what I'm talking about. Because the guy just was amazing. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
Right
awesome. Man, awesome list.
Corbin.
That's what I love about these lists, man. It's always something, everybody's on their own barbecue journey. Even you, as long as you've been doing it, you're still on your barbecue journey and you're still killing it. You know what I mean?
We try.
So, yeah. Yeah.
We try, man. We try. Every day, if you wake up in the morning and you can just do 1% better than the next day, then you're on track. So, but
that's what I keep telling myself with the trailer. That's fucking thing.
Do any of y'all know? So a really good business partner of mine, because I teach sausage classes in his backyard about once a quarter, I guess. Is Harry Sue.
Oh yeah.
Slap Yo Daddy Barbecue. Harry Sue, when you're talking to Harry, it's like talking to Yoda, right?
Yeah.
If you've been around Harry, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. The guy's like, when he starts talking, just shut up and listen. Another good person in the industry too is another good friend of mine. And I hope to do a sausage class at his place. We've been talking about it for a while, so hopefully this year's the year. So that's good old Tuffy, and Tuffy's
Stone.
Wow, Tuffy's good people,
Willie T.
Huh? Oh, I love Willie T. Hey, did y'all see his Facebook post today?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Fucking Willie T. Fucking Willie T. Fucking Willie T.
Oh, man.
What? I will say this, Willie, man, I met him through John Brotherton, right? And that's how I got to know Willie. But I'm telling you something, man. Willie will go out of his way to help you. Help that
for
guy.
sure.
If you need something, he'll jump in his car if it doesn't break down again. I hope it doesn't. But no, he'll go out of his way to help you. And he's a really good, talented cook. I mean, he knows his shit, both on the comp side and on the restaurant side. Very few people I know are well-rounded like that. On both sides of the fence. Ernest would be one of them, I suppose.
Right.
But Willie knows both sides of the fence. He's got a heart as big as
for sure.
Texas, man.
For sure.
Willie's good people. I love Willie, man. That's my brother. If we were any closer, we'd be gay.
That's pretty damn close. Yeah.
That's on a different list there, Willie.
That's a different list right there, man, for sure. Willie's in a special category with me, man, because he is definitely my brother. I mean, he can
Yeah.
stay at my house anytime he wants. In fact, my dog loves him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
good people. And you know what? I'm really happy to see that Willie's getting a special amount of recognition overseas. You know, because he's going to go to the UK at that Smoke and Fire Festival
Mhm.
and just rock it and kill it. I know that he will, man. Uh, Everybody loves him.
Represent.
When we went to, he came down to Meatstock Sydney, and I'm telling you what, everybody fell in love with Willie. I mean, he's just good people. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just good people. So he'll go to the UK and do really well at Smoke and Fire. And if you haven't met Russ from Smoky Rebel
Yeah.
or tried any of the Smoky Rebel products, man, they're excellent. But Russ is another good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty
So,
funny, yeah, he cracks
so
me
I
up.
was fixing to bring that up. I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, we've had Willie on. We had
Yep.
Willie and Russ on the show not too long ago, and now we got
Russ.
you. So talk about your Smoky Rebel line there.
Well, yeah, because whenever I was over at Smoke and Fire in Malden last year, and Willie came and helped me. Thank you, Willie. Came and helped me, and that's when we hooked up with Russ, and immediately we knew that he was good people. And after watching and seeing and tasting what Smoky Rebel was about, it's not just a spice company, it's kind of a lifestyle brand, I guess you might say. But there's really good, innovative, creative products, and the packaging is just spectacular.
Right.
But whenever we were out there, we all connected, and they were kind enough to put my ugly mug in raccoon form. The raccoon is the mascot for Smoky Rebel, by the way. So they were kind enough to formulate basically a chili con carne spice called Texas Red. So if you've gone to HEB and you've gotten Wick Fowler's or Carol Shelby's chili mixes, which are great products, this is a take on that, but better. So we're talking about no junk, no fillers, no additives, no stabilizers. It's just grade A seasonings, and it's called Texas Red. Willie has his own now called Cherry Force.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, it was used heavily at Meatstock Sydney. The girls, Sam and Shauna, used it on their lamb ribs, and it was spectacular. Really
Awesome.
good stuff, man. But we're gearing up to get the U.S. side of manufacturing, packaging, and selling here in the United States. The co-packers are already online. It's just a matter of getting the canning machine and the packaging, co-packing, and shipping buttoned up. Hopefully that'll be done I'm hoping by the holiday season, so we can start shipping things out.
Nice. And
Good
y'all
stuff.
still have the full line over there at the pit room.
Correct. It's over at Schultz Pit Room currently, and we do have the full line, individual cans, backyard size cans, which are the smaller ones, up to the larger ones, and then the packs themselves. So yeah,
Nice.
good stuff.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
For show.
Can't wait.
All right, folks.
Y'all got any more questions, guys? Nothing. I got one more for you since these guys don't have nothing for you, Bill. And we'll let you go. Mustard barbecue.
Man, that's a good question.
Or no barbecue sauce, no mustard on your sausage.
Depends. If I'm going old school, like a knockwurst, bratwurst, German or Eastern European, definitely mustard. If not, it doesn't really need anything. Well, I take that back. No, I'm wrong. Here's what you want. You want a pro tip?
Pro tip.
All right. How many of y'all have ever heard of or been through or to Munster, Texas?
Yep.
Nope.
Never been there.
Never.
Who said yeah?
Me.
No?
Sam.
Sam, you know where it's at?
Yep.
Okay, so Munster, Texas is on Highway 82 in between Gainesville and St. Joe along the Red River. Okay. In Munster, Texas, there's a place called what's Fisher's Meat Market. All right. Fisher's Meat Market makes and jars up their own Dusseldorf mustard. They make it and they package it themselves in Fisher's Meat Market. And Fisher's Meat Market's been there since I think the late 1950s, I believe it is. So anyway, when you walk in, it's like 1963 all over. And we're probably the same employees, but I'm telling you, man, that Dusseldorf mustard that they have there is the best in the world. And on a good high quality jalapeno cheese sausage, on a piece of cheap ass white bread with some pickles and onions, shit.
Office bread and shit. Yeah.
Bar none, dude.
Man, that's awesome. We gotta
Man,
look it
that's
up.
awesome. Yeah,
Gotta look it up, man.
Fisher's Meat Market, Dusseldorf mustard. You'll thank me later. Or, I might add, look at this one.
Rush, there you go.
There, yeah.
Where's that from? I'm a Rush fan, dude. I'm a huge Rush fan.
Well, this is made by Henderson Brewing Company in Toronto, Ontario.
Wow,
What?
that's awesome.
So,
crazy.
who
Yeah.
said that they were a Rush fan?
Me, I'm a Rush fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who you need to talk to is Warren McDonald at Interstellar.
Okay.
He's huge Rush fan. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sickening. He traveled all the way up to this brewery to get this mustard and the Rush beer
Oh wow.
and muled
Wow.
it across the border. And then anyway,
Keistered it.
Yeah, you gotta get that keistered mustard there, Serge.
it's kind of like that wristwatch in Pulp Fiction.
Damn.
That's awesome, man. That's
But
awesome.
no, this Rush mustard, it's really good shit. So I would definitely put that on a sausage if you
Hell
can get
yeah.
it here. If you can
Hell
find a mule.
Yeah, get us some, Serge. Do what you gotta do, bro.
I don't ask questions. And
So-
remember,
Go
it's only gay if you look him in the eye.
Yeah, don't clap your cheeks twice.
or that.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next for Sausage Sensei, Bill? What are you looking forward to?
Man, I got to go back into the shop tomorrow, and we got to make a bunch of sausage.
Nice.
A bunch. So I've got a bunch of stuff going on. We got to make normal production for Schultz, and that's about 500 pounds for tomorrow.
Oh wow. Damn.
And then, tell me about
That's
it.
all order. Yeah.
And then we got to make the product, the sausages for Weber up in Chicago. And then I have to make a big batch of brisket boudin, and that brisket boudin don't play. So it's gonna be busy tomorrow, dude.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, man. We'll get some
Appreciate
rest
it, bro.
and get
Thanks,
at
Bill.
it. And can't wait to catch you down in the pit room for sure.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm looking forward to that, dude. It's gonna be a whole hell of a lot of fun. Trust me. And come to think of it, I think I did see some of your pictures when you were over there. In fact, I know I did when you were over there with Ernest and David. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. Someone's got skills.
Yeah.
Serge does, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
We'll see.
What's wrong, Anthony? You didn't like that?
Still jelly, but it's all good, Serge is the gifted one.
We're having a bonding moment.
Thanks, Corby. Appreciate it, bro.
Let's see what we can do. I want to get my sausage pictures a little bit better than what they are. So that's
Don't worry about
that's where
that.
I'm headed, man. That's where I'm headed.
Well, we got you.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Bill, and
problem.
and thanks, man. I really appreciate your time.
Anytime,
Absolutely.
my brothers. Yeah, y'all need
Thanks,
anything
Bill.
at all, you know what to do. Hit me up.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Thanks,
sir.
Bill.
Peace.
Later.
Man, you got schooled.
Bam, bro. Dude, it hit me in the feelings though, bro. And the feelers when he hit up all subs like that, bro. It's crazy.
Dude, whenever he made that one, I saw that and I'm like, fucking all subs burrito fucking sausage, dude. I had to bring it up.
Yeah, all it lacks is hidden to me all subs and the hatch green chili and shit. Between you all and Kyle and shit.
Hey, you tell me, dude. You tell me. You know how popular all subs is around here, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
I get it.
in the trailer, start advertising all sub fucking. If I can figure that out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
exactly. But like in our area though, like they would die for an HEB or a Whataburger. That's like all American over here. You know what I mean? So if they could have like a damn just one regular burger from Whataburger, you bring it all the way over here, they're like, oh, they wild it out and shit. If you got HEB
Thanks,
over
Tommy.
here, dude, people will cream themselves. It's crazy.
You're one of them.
Shut up, Calderon. What the fuck? Don't get personal. You ain't no lying. You ain't lying. Though.
Next thing you know, you're gonna see Anthony working at the meat department.
I'll be like, hey, bro, I got some good briskets on. Just saying. Thanks,
Hell no,
Don.
you wouldn't be calling nobody. You just have them stacked back.
Yeah, he would. You know damn well he would.
He'd be digging through them cases of snakes. So that one's mine.
That
That one sucks.
Damn.
So cool, man. That was an awesome show.
It was, man. Very informative too, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, we knew that was coming though.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks for Willie T for helping me out on that one.
Yep.
I had to send Willie T a message to say, hey man, could you get a hold of Dumas for me? Because I think he forgot. Sure enough, he forgot, man. But fucking Willie made it happen, dude. Willie's
That's
a man,
awesome, bro.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're going down there in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. August 2nd, we'll be down there. So
Yeah, man. Right on, brother.
so
You going to Kyle or
Thanks,
no?
Eddie. Monster Q. Huh?
You going down there too, Kyle, or just you, Serge?
I think it's just Surge right now.
Right on.
yeah. I'll see what I can little tips and tricks and shit, man. I need to get with Aaron also. So water's a big deal, man.
Fucking Aaron talking a load of shit tonight, huh?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's all right. It's
Ain't nothing unusual there,
yeah, for sure. What do we got next week, guys?
Next week we got hold on, pulled it up. Zuck's Barbecue, Leroy and Lewis.
Oh yeah, talk
Oh,
about that one.
right
Kyle.
on.
We still good to go on that or what?
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah.
That's my boy, man. We met him at the Daniels last year. Remember I introduced you to him?
Yeah.
He's a bad dude, man. He cooks some badass food.
Oh yeah.
I went and tried his shit at the Daniels Energy after we were done cooking, man. Fuck, that fool can cook, bro. That
Awesome.
motherfucker
Yeah.
can cook.
Awesome. You know what he does for Leroy and Lewis? I mean, that's number 2, dude. So we've had GW, then we're getting to number 2. It's awesome.
Man, I think it does a little bit of everything, dude. Have you watched any of their videos?
Yeah, for sure.
He's on there all the fucking time, dude. Cooking or prepping and fucking all kinds of shit, man.
Nice, man. That's gonna be awesome to get that perspective. You know, if I mean, I'm sure he come from the trailer into the restaurant or what.
I don't know if he was with them in the trailer or not. I bet he was though, because that restaurant's only been open for
less than a year, right?
a year and a half, some shit, huh?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's awesome, man. Awesome.
Pretty soon, man, you're gonna have New Mexico's with those pit barbecue over there. Me and Sang will be manning the pits out there and shit, you know.
Speaking of which, the Danny Deeds, y'all cooking under the show, right? Y'all still doing that?
When is that, bro?
You forgot.
Nah, man. Looking forward to teaming up with Sam, man. It's gonna be cool, bro.
KCBS cook, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's the September 13th.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to put our names together, and I thought, shit, we'll just go under Beyond the Smoke.
Right
There you
on.
go.
Yep.
There you go. Bring that shit
Yeah.
home.
Represent the brand, you know. So do
Oh yeah.
do your boys proud. So do what's up.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, cool, boys. Anything else? We're gonna call this one episode 50. Can y'all imagine?
That's wild, bro.
Dude, fucking
That's
50
crazy.
episodes in, dude. 50
Fuck,
episodes in.
It's awesome.
Still going strong.
And to think of the caliber of guests that we've been getting, man.
Bro, and I've only been on 2 shows. What the fuck?
No
man.
shit.
It's awesome, man. Seriously, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. We've from everybody from our locals, Aaron, Junior to
Across the pond.
across. Yeah, exactly, man.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome to think about, and we're still going strong. So
Yes, sir.
cool.
And
All right.
guys, don't forget, go hit up Chase, Vincent Drum Smokers. All those proceeds
Absolutely.
are going to Texas Firewalkers. So
Great cause, man. Absolutely.
let's get that raffle going and
Yes,
see
sir.
if we can help them out.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
Sure. Cool. All right, boys. Till next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Have a good night.
We'll see y'all, boys.
Later, boys.
Later.
This is Parrish Randall, and this concludes this episode of Beyond the Smoke. Thanks for stopping by, friend. We hope to see you again real soon. Until next time, happy trails. Until we talk meat again.